Hey guys, it's Robert again. Well, I decided to start making videos. I wanted to make some videos for a while, and I was trying to pin down a camera or some type of setup, and I tried recording through my phone, and I was so frustrated with the way Google has their YouTube ID different from the old YouTube ID that I was used to logging in with, and they've made it so confusing, and I just could not upload. I was so frustrated. I didn't like it at all. Anyways, I finally got this thing figured out. I don't have it 100% figured out, but I do know that it's been just too long. I was happy doing videos, and I was just happy when I was riding my motorcycle. What had happened was I stopped riding, I got hurt, and I just become very unhappy. I didn't want to spread just a lot of unhappiness through my videos, and also, you know, I wanted to get away from the victim mentality, the victim whining and complaining. I had learned quite a bit since I stopped riding, and oh gosh, my mirror is so dirty, or my window is super dirty. Oh well. Anyways, what was important was that I just do it again. Now I have all my old Kodaks, and I've had certain setups, and the kind of workflow that I had was pretty good, but I wasn't satisfied with the way it worked. I wanted to find something more, and I thought, hey, this phone is a great medium, or a great method to upload. And I just couldn't get it to work. Anyway, I was just incompetent, and that's just the bottom line. I would just get frustrated, and whatever, I'm not gonna do it. And it really is an excuse, but that's what happened. I don't like making excuses, and nobody likes to be that person that explains away everything for why things aren't getting done. But what happened too was I just didn't care. I think that was what really happened was, well, it was too hard, didn't work out, well, whatever. And then I let these videos just shrivel up, and I never uploaded them. I hated iTunes, and I just couldn't get it off my phone right. And then I just gave up. I just decided, whatever, I'm not gonna do this. And plus, I didn't feel my content was really that great, and I just lost the desire to do it. But anyways, I'm so glad my test video worked through this app called the YouTube Uploader, made by Google. And this thing frustrated me for a long time, and man, I really did not like it. So anyways, I'm using my iPhone 6 Plus. It's mounted to my rear view window, or rear view mirror. I just used a simple rubber band. I tried to do something fancy. I tried to get one of those phone holders that you stick on the glass. I ended up breaking it. I tried to get a Velcro thing, and you know what? One rubber band just did it all. I just have one rubber band. I tied one rubber band around my phone, around the rear view mirror, and that's it. Sure, I lost my rear view mirror, but you know what? It's okay. I got my left and right mirrors here, and I'm used to driving with my car full of work stuff, and it blocks the rear view mirror anyway, so I'm okay. I'm cool with that. I have windows around me, and I turn my head so I can see the cars wherever I'm merging or changing lanes, like now. So it's all good. Now, what happened to the motorcycles? or the motorcycling altogether. I ended up getting another ZX10, a yellow one, and you know, I scraped up money to get that, and I just needed money and I sold it. So later on I got some more money and I came across a SV650S. I think it was a 03 or an 04, I can't remember, but it was beautiful. It was one of those hard angle ones, not the curvy SV650. And man, I gotta tell you, that bike was nice. The guy that I bought it from had pampered it, and he had put LEDs around the engine, like these blue LEDs. So when you rode it at night, man, that thing was nice. And it was clean, pristine, and blue. One of my favorite colors for the bike, for a bike. And I was happy with the thing. It was cheap. The parking down in Honolulu in downtown was $225 a month if you're a tenant. So I was working in downtown at a startup. I had a idea for an app, and I was a founder, and it went bust. There's more to it on that later on, but what happened was I was at a startup and we had an office space, working space. It was great. Worked my ass off for 18 months. The result of it was failure. I did learn a bunch, but I think the cost came too high. It was too high a cost. I asked my mother to support me, and that was very unfair to her, because I initially told her to support me for 3 to 4 months, and this 3 to 4 month thing turned to 6, and then turned to 12, and then turned to 18. And you know what? I gotta be honest with you. I think by the grace of God, God pulled me out of it. He allowed me to get whacked by a car. I was on the motorcycle, and you know, I wanted out, but I was trapped. My partner had really, you know, I mean, I was seriously trapped. And I think what, now that I think of it, if I hadn't gone into the accident, I would have just kept working and working and working and dragged it out, and it would have just caused so much more grief for my family. And my partner was dishonest. He was just a bad person, and I'm so angry at that, and also angry at myself that I allowed this person to hurt my family and hurt my mother, made my mother cry. Anyways, a whole bunch of stuff just happened, but what happened was, when I was riding my motorcycle, there's no cars on the road, and a guy decides he wants to cut in front of me, like let's say let's say on the yeah, he was trying to come into the side street. He ran a red light because he thought there were no vehicles, and just right in front of me, he gassed it, and he said, oh, you know, he didn't see a car. I guess he was fixated on looking for 2 headlights, whereas my motorcycle is just 1 headlight. And he gassed it right in front of me, and I slammed into him. I went over the bars. My thumbs bent backwards. I remember, man, this is gonna be such high impact. So when I hit him, I stiffened up my arms in such a way, because I knew that this was gonna be like such a hard impact, and I didn't want my face to go first. So when I stiffened up my arms, the impact was so violent that it just broke my thumbs. Like, my thumbs just bent backwards, and my wrist bent, and man, it was so ugly, and it just threw my weight forward. I mean, my arms were pretty much useless, and it hit it because of that. When I guess my wrist and my thumbs just bent back, my head went first, and it slammed onto the ground. And I remember 100% of it. I was fully cognizant. I didn't black out or blank out. My my knee was wasted. Okay, more on that later. Start another video.